Number 1 is predict, number 2 is calculate, and number 3 is prove. And the last 2 questions, we were predicting the nature of the root. So it means that they falls under the predict questions. So now, let's quickly jump to calculate questions. This is where we are going to find the unknown values. So now let's check question number 10. So here we have to find the values of k, whereby we are given that the roots of the equation x squared minus 6x minus k is equal to 0 are real. So when you're approaching these type of questions, first thing that you have to do is to find the discriminant. Then secondly, check the nature of the roots given on the question. Then thirdly, solve the unknown variable. So now back to our question. Let's start by finding the discriminant. Remember that we used this formula to find our discriminant. So now in this equation, our a will be equal to 1 and our b will be equal to negative 6. Then our c will be equal to negative k. So now let's find our discriminant. So discriminant will be nothing but equal to negative 6 squared minus 4 1 multiplied by negative k. Then from there we'll have 36 plus 4k. So this is our first step. Then the next step is to check the nature of the roots given on the question. So we're given that our roots are real in this case. And when our roots are real, it implies that the discriminant is nothing but greater or equal to 0. So it means here we can say since our roots are real, or let me say real roots implies that discriminant is greater or equal to 0. And we know our discriminant is 36 plus 4k. So it means that we can say 36 plus 4k is nothing but greater or equal to 0. And our third step is to solve for k, or is to solve for the unknown variable. And in this case, our unknown variable is k. So now let's solve for k here. So we are going to have 4k greater or equal to negative 36. Then from there, we are going to divide both sides by 4. And we're going to be left with k is greater or equal to negative 9. So this will be our final answer. I'm sure one can note that we have solved for k. So on question number 11, we have to determine the values of p if the equation px squared plus 7x minus 3 is equal to 0 has non-real roots. So it means that here we have to find the values of p. And remember that first thing that we have to do is to find the discriminant. Then secondly, check the nature of the roots given on the question. Then thirdly, solve for the unknown variable. So in this case, it means that we are going to solve for p. And remember that the discriminant is given by this formula. And in this equation, our a will be equal to p, then our b will be equal to 7, and our c will be equal to negative 3. Then from here, let's find our discriminant. So it means that we are going to have a 7 squared minus 4 p multiplied by negative 3. Then from here, we're going to have 49 plus 12p. So now this is our discriminant. So let's go to the next step, whereby we have to check the nature of the roots given on the question. So here we are given that the roots are non-real. And we know that when we have non-real roots, it implies that the discriminant is less than 0. So this means here we are going to say non-real roots implies that the discriminant is less than 0. And we know that the discriminant is equal to 49 plus 12p. Okay, so it means here we can say 49 plus 12p is less than 0. And remember, the third step is to find or is to solve for the unknown variable. So it means here we have to solve for p. And when we solve for p, we are going to have 12p is less than negative 49. Then from there, we are going to divide both sides by 12. Then we are going to have 49, negative 49 divided by what? Divided by 12. So this is our final answer, and it implies that when p is less than negative 49 over 12, the equation px squared plus 7x minus 30 is equal to 0 is going to have non-real roots.